Welcome to Straight Shot Politics. Each episode will bring you in-depth discussion with experts, community leaders, and analysts who will share their insights, experiences, and predictions. From local elections to global diplomacy, we'll provide you with the tools and perspectives you'll need to navigate today's real-world landscape.
Welcome to Straight Shot Politics, coming to you from the MEC TSC studios. I'm Lisa Chafee.
I'm Josh Cease.
And I'm Michael Nash.
So, gentlemen, since last Saturday, Iran has been the topic of discussion on the news. And so I have invited two wonderful people, Dr. Anoosha Behrooz, who is a practicing physician here at Ohio State and is from Iran. And we also have my dear friend Todd Applebaum, who happens to be Jewish and is very involved with the Jewish community here in Central Ohio. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and I appreciate having me here.
I tell you, I think my initial reaction, my gut reaction to everything that happened last Friday when we found out this was all going down, my thought process has evolved. The more I have learned about the history of Iran, about the brutality that took place and the suppression under the Ayatollah, and then you piece it all together. I'll just say this, for anyone, I know a lot of people, especially in the conservative movement, the gut reaction was kind of like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Are we, we're fighting for Israel. And then when you actually learn and take a step back and look at it like at a 30,000 foot viewpoint, it makes total sense why this happened. And I tell you, I have learned more about Iranian culture, Iranian history in the last week than I have in my entire life.
Yeah, I've been doing some research. So, Anoosha, what I'd like for you to do is paint us a picture. Now, for those who aren't up to date on their history, prior to 1943, Iran was authoritarian rule, if I'm correct. Mm-hmm. And then you had what?
So, first of all, I'm not only very happy about this opportunity that has happened to that country, but also that made American to study about Iran and realize that Persians are not IRGCs, even after 47 years of that government, because we are Persians. So I was very young when the revolution happened, but even during that time, during my childhood, it was very similar like every normal, happy child in the United States. Especially, there was no difference between girls and boys. That we were equal. We were playing together. We were safe. We were not tortured mentally or physically, and we were happy. It was a secure future country. We never thought about leaving that country, even though most of my family moved to United States years before revolution, but we were happy. When you're happy, you're happy.
Well, as I understand it, prior to 1979, Iran was the most westernized country in the Middle East.
It used to be called Paris of Middle East because I remember my mom was a head nurse of a hospital, and my father used to be a neurologist. So I remember how my mom was dressed up with the white coat and the dress, and then suddenly, overnight, after the revolution, everything happened. A girl who used to have shorts, ponytail, going out, playing with boys and girls, one night after Khomeini arrived, I remember my mom woke me up and said, we got to go out for shopping, and this is your new outfit.
Wow.
And I was not even 9 years old. I was 8 years old or even less. And she gave me like a man's shirt, long sleeve, It was winter and long pants with a scarf, and a girl could not hold the scarf on her head. And I said, I don't like this. It's itching. I remember those days. And after that, everything was different.
So when the Ayatollah took over, it became Sharia law,
Absolutely.
and it was the religious clerics ruled the nation up until 6 days ago.
So basically, school was like United States. After the revolution, it was boys' school and girls' school. And at the beginning, they split the classroom. But my friends were my friends. I want to talk to my boys' friends, male friends. And I was trying to reach out. Hey, did you bring your wallet today? You cannot talk to him. Something like that. Pulling you. How could you talk to him? You're a girl. You should not talk to the boys. And that didn't calculate. Didn't make any sense. But we had to shut up, basically.
Wow.
So everything changed. Everything become dark. The white, bright, happy country become dark. Very dark for everyone.
I mean, you to the extent that, and I had heard about this, but I really kind of doing a little more reading, but literally morality police that would go around and, serving the regime, making, that would beat women in the streets or abduct them, or, horrific videos of just, girls just going about it who, their head wasn't covered or whatever. I mean, I don't think people understand the extent of which these absurd, oppressive laws were enforced.
The thing that has happened in Iran, it's unimaginable for any American citizen. Even for Iranians who never lived there in that period of time. You were not allowed to have a piece of hair out. Multiple times during my teenage age, I was pulled out and shaved in the front.
Oh my gosh.
A girl. Because like teeny tiny, less than an inch was out.
What is the reasoning behind that?
Because per Sharia law, the hair of the woman attracts men. It's a sexuality point. We are an item. We're not a human.
So women are being punished for how men feel.
Exactly. You're
That's right.
serving man. A good woman is a good server.
Well,
That's such a thing that never, me and my family could not ever understand. Mm-hmm. So yes, you're right. We've been taken to security offices for hours and days because of our hair, because having a nail polish, because of talking to a guy.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and the ironic thing about it is it makes, and I don't think this is fair to all men who happen to be Muslim, but it basically what you're saying is that these particular Muslim men have absolutely no self-control.
Yeah.
And it's almost, it makes the men look like they're just these savage, uncontrollable animals with these urges that, oh my gosh, I saw an ankle and a piece of hair, and now, my urge to sexually assault this woman is coming. It's backwards. It's a backwards way of thinking because it actually dehumanizes both the man and the woman.
That is true because I think that type of mentality and ideology, it is like that.
Well, and I was reading today, I was doing some research, and I saw that when the Ayatollah took over, he lowered the age for marriage to 9 years old for girls.
Yeah,
Sick.
that is very common. I have so many, a very close friend of mine in Iran got married at 12.
Oh my gosh.
That's absurd.
Yes. That is not surprised. I mean, it is super common.
And these are older men that they're
60-something years old.
with the
70
10,
with a
11, 12-year-old?
9 years old.
That's sick. That's
Well,
that's pedophilia.
That is a pedophilia.
It is pedophilia, but it also gives them the opportunity to groom them the way they want their wives to be. The Stepford wives are creating Stepford wives.
Yeah, I tried that once and then I got slapped. No.
But so tell us a little bit more under Sharia law. So we know about the marriage thing, the clothing that the women are forced to wear.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of honor killings where if a father, the patriarch of the family, feels that a woman has dishonored the family for whatever reason, it could be something as simple as smiling at somebody, they can be murdered.
Let me give you a couple examples. It is not uncommon, and I have seen it so many times while I used to live in Iran, and also after when I moved to Europe and America, that girls were killed by father or brother because they think she had a boyfriend at the age of 21, 24, an adult girl. So, and the way they usually do that is cutting the neck.
What are they trying to protect? What are they claiming here? What is their moral
like an
right?
honor or something, family honor?
The
Is that
thing
what it
is,
is?
girls cannot have relationship with a male partner before marriage and before parents, father or brother's approval. They have to get married under the Sharia law.
So are these like arranged marriages at some times?
Everything is arranged marriage. Everything is arranged marriage.
And then is it true that before they kill the women, they rape them?
Yeah, that's, haven't you heard even right now how many women or girls under age of 13 were taken to prison since January, and per Sharia law, they cannot be executed or hung if they're virgin.
Well,
yeah, this is absolutely right.
Well, what really triggered the protests and the uprising, wasn't it the young woman who was raped, and because but they ended up killing her, ended up beating her to death as a punishment for her getting raped. But that is
not this time. It was a Masa Amini's rise 3 years ago. She was a nice Kurdish girl, very pure, came to Tehran just for a vacation, and less than an inch of her hair was out. Okay? So they took her to custody, and she was fighting because she said, I have a scarf. She was pulling it over. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. And then they beat her to death.
Oh, my God.
And she died. So people in Iran rise up. So many people, thousands and thousands were killed. And our voice didn't go anywhere. We got suppressed again.
It blows my mind then that I've been seeing all over social media, and you turn on CNN or MSN, whatever, and I have never seen it where this is really what it is. It's these Western leftist women defending a regime that treats women less than a dog, that treats like animals. Is it because of the Trump derangement syndrome, the hatred of Donald Trump, that you now have, especially I'm noticing these white leftist women in America, especially, coming out and defending the regime in a way by criticizing this. If you are a feminist, you call yourself a feminist in America, how could you not celebrate this liberation for millions of women in that country that have their whole lives, all they've known is that they are less than, they're dirt, they're below. I don't understand how a feminist in the Western world could not look at this as anything but a great day for liberating women.
I think the reason is I'm gonna go back to the first sentence that you said, that you have been studying about Iran, because we're Persian. We're not Islamist.
Okay, explain the difference, because Persian is not a word we hear very often.
Persian, and we become more religions about calling ourselves Persian to create some, thought for American and Western people. If we're calling ourselves Persian and we hesitate to call us Iranian because we're not related to IRGCs, our background goes back to the Cyrus the Great.
Well, and
who wrote the first human rights?
Oh, okay.
He wrote the first human rights ever in history of war. Okay? Mm-hmm. We're Persian. In Persia, man and woman are equal. We don't judge a person based on color, based on religion. Religion is so personal.
Yes.
In my personal family, we have so many religion. Me, my brother, my mother, my father, and my kids. The original religion of Iran was Zoroastrian. We were invaded by Arabs. So whoever did not convert to Islam were killed.
Oh, wow.
Whoever was converted to Islam, they remain Muslims.
Mm-hmm.
Muslims are peaceful, right?
Yeah, very much so.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
So for our listeners, the IRGC is the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, which was created when the Ayatollah took over in 1979.
Exactly. And unfortunately, when you have a nice life, you see things, you read things, but you don't comprehend unless you experience it. Mm-hmm. Okay? I think Western countries, and especially America, which I am a blessed by choice U.S. citizen, and this is a home for me, they don't realize that this is not only a terrorist attack. This is an ideology that infiltrating to your society.
Destroyed one of the great cultures in the history
Exactly.
of the world. I mean,
Exactly.
you look at Persian culture and the influences they had in everything from, the sciences, and you talk about some of the great global traders of the world, and I look at and by the way, absolutely fabulous sense of dress and style. I mean, look at that absolutely beautiful color. Like, that is such a rich culture. It was more than just a nation. It was an entire culture that came under attack.
That humanity came under the attack.
Yeah.
And we had another Holocaust in January in Iran when people rised up again, and IRGCs killed over 40,000 people in 2 days that you guys don't even know about it.
Well, when you don't have guns to protect yourselves.
Listen, Lisa, let me explain it like this. Iranian has end-stage cancer, okay? Mm-hmm. And they tried so many medication that they could, herbal medicine that they could make, but it's not treating the cancer. So they were losing hope, but never gave up. So they rised up for the last part after Masa Amini, okay? This time, with our president and our nation, they were recognized and noticed. Mm-hmm. And somebody told that nation, I know you cannot afford your chemotherapy as a last chance to be alive. Here, your medicine. You may stay alive. You may lose a kidney. You may, lose your eyes, but you may stay alive. So by attacking Iran, United States gave that chemotherapy to that people.
Was there a specific event that triggered this uprising?
People were tired of being tortured. Financial economy was shut down. The girls are selling the 13 years old are selling their virginity for a price of pizza.
What?
She's 13 years old. She want a pizza. She can't afford it. Her father cannot afford bread for the table.
Oh my! So tell us more about that. What is it like?
The economy is crashed. Everything's so expensive because the cost of everything is based on dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so people are sinking down. That ship is sinking down. People are tired. Fathers are embarrassed in front of the family because they cannot bring bread on the table. Patients don't have medicine. Everything's lie, lie, lie. There is no hope.
Well, and if you listen to what the people who are coming out against this would say is that, well, it's because of Western sanctions on Iran. That's what collapsed the economy. That if it hadn't been for the sanctions, it would still be a thriving.
What's the reason for sanction?
I mean, you explain.
Yeah, the reason for the sanction is because every country tried to protect their people except Iran. Correct?
Yes.
So United States and other countries putting a sanction because they are afraid of their nuclear, facilities and weapons to protect their own people. But Islamic Republic don't care about Persians. They're not Persians.
Right.
The 7 leaders that running the country were not Persian. They were Arabs. Larijani, who's running the country, is from Iraq.
Oh, wow.
And his brothers. They're Arab.
And she's making a great point that I don't. And I'm not blaming anybody
No.
in America for not getting this.
Yeah.
But I think we have a tendency in the West to just categorize everything that there's no difference from Saudi Arabia all the way to Turkey. It's all just Islamic, right? We just have this. It's all one big, homogenous. It's not.
No.
You have Arabic culture. You have Semitic culture. You have Persian culture. Islam is the religion where you got it. People don't understand, and you're making such a great point of pointing this out tonight. Islam is a religion. The cultures go back thousands and thousands of years of people together and in various places, and people just lump it all together as one big thing, and it's not. It's so diverse. It's so diverse.
Absolutely. Another thing that I've experienced is, unfortunately, as you mentioned, American people are not aware of what's really happening in Iran, because so many of my patients, almost 99% of my patients, my colleagues, come to me every single day. How are your relatives there? How are your friends? And are they okay? And they say, I'm sorry. And I'm looking at them, even to my staff. Why are you sorry? I know we're going to hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking because I'm so blessed living in the United States. I'm talking because I talk to so many people in Iran. And I talk every single patient of mine and every single people that they have their relatives in Iran. So how does the people in Iran think? Are they happy about this? Are they? So I know it's a stigma. Nobody likes war.
No,
Nobody
no.
likes the country to be destroyed. We cry every day because a lot of historical places being bombarded. Yeah, that's sad. Okay, if 5 IRGCs are killed, probably 1 innocent person being killed. But you know what? This is what people told me. This is not what I'm telling you. Even my relatives at 5 p.m. today called me and they said, we needed that chemotherapy.
Yeah. So what I heard on the news in the last few days, so we killed the Ayatollah in, 47
47 at least.
and then they were regrouping
Yeah.
to
Very quick.
choose the next leader.
It's already
and
been
We already
announced.
took them out.
Let's get together because they already have a Mossad agent inside that was,
Yeah.
letting them know where. I mean, Israeli intelligence already knew where they were going to meet, when they were going to meet. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
to do it again, to repeat it. I mean, this is not
That's
a
the
competent.
definition of insanity.
It is.
So paint a picture for going forward. What do you foresee happening? Are the citizens who want this freedom, who want that religious regime gone, do you foresee a democratic Iran?
That's a dream that we wanted to. That's what 47,000 people put their life in 2 days. So the generation, whatever left, can live as a Persian. We wanted a democratic, trustfully, friendful, country.
Prince Reza,
Yes,
he's been exiled here in the United States. He's
Yes.
the son of the last Shah.
correct.
I listened to his speech the other day, and he was talking about Iran being a secularist nation again. I know you have a personal connection with him. Your brother
Yes.
works with him. Tell us about him, and what do we need to know?
So I think Reza Pahlavi dedicated his life. Even he was very young when he moved out of United States, but he really dedicated his life to Iran, to get Iran where it's supposed to be. Okay. He has repeated multiple times that he's going to be the leader for the transitional period. That can be 6 months, that can be 3 years. Nobody knows. Iran is a huge country,
Right.
90 million people.
Wow.
At some point, when everything's settled, it's going to be a referendum. Whoever wanted to apply, they can do that. And under United Nation and United States of America, Iranian can vote in Iran and outside Iran. And then hopefully we can have a democratic, secular country.
What is the feedback you're getting back in Iran? Because President Trump and several others have encouraged, like, the time is now. This is the opportunity of your lifetime. This is to get to continue the popular uprising. Do you get the sense that that's going to happen?
Absolutely.
Is it happening currently? Is it being put together? Are they finally going to just put, the proverbial foot on the throat of the snake and just end it finally? Do you get that feeling?
Yes, I do get that feeling, definitely. But keep in mind, it's very complicated because when the government ran out of the power to attack other countries, they still have the gun. That's the pattern. When they have the gun, they're going to start killing Persians.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are going to kill people. No matter who I talk to or I got the information from, this is a war. We have our shoes on. We're ready to go out. I think since the last week, more than 600 people already been killed, beside whoever were hung or every. So people are ready and to go out and put their life in front. They don't have weapon. We wish they have weapon. So that's the best thing. So if they get shoot, they can shot. But they don't have the weapons yet. That's number one. Number two, they are waiting for President Trump to tell them that this is the time. Go out. Because I was listening to the news this afternoon, actually on my way here. They were recommended to stay home. It is not safe. We're still bombarding. We're still attacking. Stay home. And when the time is ready, we will tell you to come out. So, yes, they are very much ready to go back.
Excellent.
Yeah, Pete Hegseth, Secretary of War.
Yes.
They were talking today.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I was watching it before you got here about the attacks that they did today on their Navy. Well, they've already taken out the Navy, but yeah, it's very strategic. They're not attacking innocent people. They're being very strategic.
Trying not
I mean,
to.
we are not.
Trying not
there's
to.
always going to be some collateral,
Absolutely.
but the intent is strategic military, take
It's
out
not
their
a
weapons.
I think, anybody who thinks it's like, oh, we're just going to blanket carpet bomb Tehran. That's not what's happening. These are strategic pinpoint targets that they're going after, that they are military. And I know it's unfortunate what those girls at the girls' school.
Unfortunately, 170.
That is awful. I mean, that is heartbreaking. And they're still going back and forth, discussion about who, was it an Israeli missile, who's whatever. The point is it should never have been put in a position like that.
Right.
You see, I mean, this is, and if you look at what Iran has done, they indiscriminately started firing at all the Gulf Arab states, right? They shot
Our
into
allies.
Dubai. They shot into you name it. So if they're willing to if they're willing to attack the Arabic Gulf nations just because and who never did it, who didn't attack them. We didn't even have bases in a couple of the places that they attacked. So what would you think they would do if they had a dirty bomb? If that regime had like just enough nuclear capability to scrap something together, if they're willing to bomb Dubai, if they're willing to fly drones into buildings in Dubai, what do you really think would happen if they had that nuclear weapon?
I think you don't need it. You already know the
It's a
answer.
rhetorical question.
Yeah,
but yeah.
you know the
What-
answer. It's definitely.
What people do not understand is we are infidels, we're non-believers. And that's just not Christians or Jews or Buddhists or Hindus or Zoroastrians, but it's anyone who doesn't believe in their cause and believe in their religion. And even fellow Muslims could be infidels, Shiite versus Kurds or Sunnis. And we as infidels only have a few choices to live under the rule of Islam. We could convert, serve in servitude and pay a tax, or to die. Those are the only choices because we're non-believers. And they are looking long-term. They want to conquer the whole world, and the whole world would be under Sharia law, where women and infidels will be less than second-class citizens. And we could convert, serve in servitude, or to die. And, they're trying to get nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons. And the Khomeini, before he died many years ago, has said that America is the big Satan.
Right. Israel
is the little Satan. First, they're going to go after the Saturday people, and then they're going to go after the Sunday people. We're all in this together. They're not just stopping with Israel. They're going everywhere. And you see the entire Middle East. There's not one country that's a democracy. They're all brutal, totalitarian dictatorships without the precious freedoms that we love so much in America: freedom of religion, freedom of the press, freedom of choice, freedom of assembly. That doesn't exist there. And one last thought: the Arab world in the Middle East, they're not only the occupiers, but they're the colonialness. Egypt was a great Christian nation, Lebanon, Afghanistan, and Islam took over and colonized all those countries and converted them under the sword of Islam.
Yeah, no, you're right, and the thing of it is just real quick, and I apologize. The point you make that they're not just going to stop. They have infiltrated Europe. London is unrecognizable right now. Sweden is unrecognizable. France. They have infiltrated Europe. They have infiltrated in Canada. And oh, by the way, wake up. Have you seen what's going on in New York City? They've infiltrated Texas. They have infiltrated. What you're saying is 100% true. And by the way, they're not hiding it. This isn't like, oh, we're doing this. And then you say something about it. You say in Western culture, okay, this is clash of two different worlds, the first world versus the third world. And then you say something about it, and the amount of unchecked, unfettered immigration from Islamic countries to all over the West, then you say something about, oh, you're a racist, you're a xenophobe, you're a bigot. I'm getting to the point where, okay, fine, then I guess I'm a racist, xenophobic bigot because I don't see how Islamic culture, and from what they envision, it is incompatible with Western values, with democracy, with freedom, with everything we take. They cannot coexist because eventually Islam, what he just said, it's not about, oh, we're going to be, we're just going to live together, kumbaya. Eventually the sword will come out.
Just look at it. I'm not against peaceful religions. Okay, so the people in Iran are mostly Muslims, and the government are killing Muslims. No other country killed Iranian as much as their own Islamists killing their own Muslims. No country attack Islamist country more than Iran with this war. Israel never attacked any country, any Arabic country in the history of Israel than Islamic Republic of Iran did. So Islamists are killing even innocent Muslims.
It blows my mind. And Josh, you made a point a little bit ago about the feminists in this country. And it wasn't that long ago, October 7th, where we had the white liberals out there chanting Free Palestine, LGBTQ for Palestine.
Chickens for KFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't, since we've been seeing Iran so much in the news with the protests and everything, it's crickets because for whatever reason, and I don't get it, it doesn't fit their narrative.
You had people coming out losing their minds in this country over Rachel Good, who tried to run down a federal law enforcement officer and lost her life. That was one. Nearly 50,000 Iranians slaughtered
Yeah.
2 days.
in
In 2 days.
and
Yeah.
you heard nothing. And then now you look at those same people, the leftists, the Western leftists. They're claiming that that was made up. We would know about it. There'd be mass graves if they killed 40, 50,000 people. You don't live there, so you're telling. If you're a Western leftist is going to tell someone who lived the reality of it, who was there, who watched their friends die in these protests, to be gunned down, to be slaughtered, to be abducted, never to be seen again, you're going to tell them that they're lying, that their life experience is invalid? Who are you to do that to someone? How do you get to the point where you think you know more than the people who are living the hell that it is?
It's
doesn't.
horrible.
It doesn't fit their agenda. Their agenda, the far left, the woke, the progressives, the communists, the socialists, is to destabilize America so government could take over. Supporting the conservatives or innocent people in Iran doesn't fit their narrative because it's been done by people they support, the Islamists.
I remember because we Iranian were so depressed after I think it was January 16 and 17, then they killed $48,000. And then I was watching CNN and there was a reporter in Iran. How could he get inside Iran? That was a huge question mark, number one. And talking to the people in bazaar and everything was peaceful. Everything were, fine. It's a normal life. Nothing has happened. And then I'm talking to my relatives on the phone and they're crying and they said, we cannot open the window because it smells like blood.
Oh my gosh.
I swear to God, it smells like blood everywhere. There's bodies everywhere. I talked to so many of my colleagues who were doctors, and they were in the emergency room when these injured people were entered, and they were taken because they were physicians, and they should not help them. A physician should help a patient, no matter what.
Yes.
And they were taken, and they were hung.
Does the
A lot of physicians are on prison right now.
Does the Hippocratic Oath extend over there? They have the same situation like it does here?
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's horrible over there. You guys cannot imagine what has happened to those hospital, body, and free shoots, whoever were injured, on the table.
And they were charging their families for the bullets they used to kill them.
Yeah. And they were not giving the bodies back to the family unless they paid million of 2 months.
The Nazis did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we're almost out of time.
Okay.
So give us a final message of what can we as American citizens, besides prayer, do to help our brothers and sisters there in Iran, because we all are brothers and sisters. We all were created by God.
Support for a peaceful transition and end of this regime is everything that we can ask for. Beside Iran, I want all American to realize the thing has happened in another country may happen in your country, my United States. So be open to save United States and save Iranian. Iranian needs help. Iranian has to get rid of the regime. And they cannot do it by themselves. There is no way. Just imagine 47,000 people in 2 days.
If you saw the interview with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, Steve Witkoff, and it's just a few days ago, was on TV, said that at the beginning of the negotiations with Iran, the first thing they said to him, we have enough uranium for 11 nuclear bombs. And Witkoff and Jared Kushner knew then we have to attack because they've said many times they're going to use it against us. Do you want a nuclear Iran who wants to annihilate the infidels, the non-believers? The world can't.
A nuclear Iran.
And we keep forgetting that. They keep saying it in their speeches, in the mosque, the imams, what they're going to do to America, what they're going to do to the West, what they're going to do to the neighbors in the Middle East. We didn't do it now, and they get these weapons of mass destruction. World War II will seem like puppy's play.
I
just
want
wanna
everyone.
cry.
Yeah, I wanted everyone to know Persian cannot do this by themselves. There's no way. They have lost life so much. They're willing to lose more. I know that, but there's no way they can do it without help, without support. At the same time, Persian wanted to keep the integrity of the country,
Yeah.
which is under danger also. So we wanted Iran to remain as Iran, not losing West and East and South and North.
This has been eye-opening.
Very much so.
And to
It
hear
has.
it from someone who lived it
Yeah.
and experienced it. Thanks for sharing everything.
course.
Thanks
Thank you
for
very
opening
much.
up. I mean,
Yes.
it really was. Again, I'm learning more and more, and this is also an opportunity to be educated. So thank you for that.
My
Thank you.
pleasure. You know, Persian New Year, Nowruz is not that far. It's March the 20th, and this is the first Nowruz we had a Holocaust. So we're crossing our fingers.
Anoosha,
As she said, it's coming here. So
yeah. Todd, Anoosha, thank you for being
Thank
with
you
us.
for having it.
This
Thank
has
you.
been Straight Shot Politics.
Perfect. Thank you.